Welcome back. This is our new lesson regarding sovereignty. Here we are going to discuss the basic principles of pluralism and its criticism as well. So, we can call it a pluralist take on sovereignty. You know that the traditional or monastic theory of sovereignty has been long been a take by different kinds of writers and thinkers, such as the federalists or the internationalists. So, the pluralists, or as they are more correctly called, the political pluralists, are the later critics of monastic theory, sovereignty. And among them, we find several shades and differences of opinion. They differ among themselves on almost everything except the take on the claim of the state to absolute sovereignty and supreme, unlimited, indivisible, and exclusive power over all the persons and associations within the state. So, pluralist philosophy is a product of what condition of modern society and life, as against the monastic one, which we will discuss in a separate lecture. Especially this theory, this philosophy, this product is of industrially developed countries of the West, and it first began at the end of 19th century and began to flourish really from the time of the First World War. So it's a new one. So it gives us a new idea, new. So uh, we are going to discuss its basic principles and as well as its criticism. Number one, the sovereignty of the state is not an absolute, indivisible, and exclusive power, according to pluralists. The first take or its essential feature, that is they regard sovereignty. So advocates of, as before it, advocates of monastic view of sovereignty proclaims that sovereignty to be absolute one, and it's a unitary one. So they reject it. Pluralists reject it, and they are of the view that false in origin, further falsified by history, and all things considered useless, worse than useless, dangerous. Yet Doggett says that. So to them, it is pluralistic. Its power is shared, not with any one authority. So state is an association like other association, and its sovereignty been distributed to the associations, other associations, states associations. So hence, in modern state there is no sovereign or determinate human superior, as said by Austin. So modern state distribute the power among its associations. Second, sovereignty is not the source of law. It is limited by law. Pluralists takes on monastic theory that law is prior to state or sovereign and limits its sovereignty. So the state itself is bounded by law. So law is not made by the sovereign. Doge says that no, law is not made by the sovereign. It is made by the people themselves. So it arises from the social solidarity and social inter, interdependence of the individuals. So exists it law. It exists as sovereignty. It exists before the state and superior to it. It is obligatory for both the state and the individuals. To understand, the sovereignty is not the source of law. Next, their sovereignty is not the source of law that private citizens may. Here, I want to say that private citizen state is responsible for its acts. Its acts state to provide public services. Doge says that traditional territorial decentralization, professional and administrative federalisms, all these has been made by the people. So Krabbe, another exponent of this pluralistic, to him, state is a creature, not a creator. So understand this. State is so it means that the people's participation. Roscoe Pound says that law is created by social interest. So sovereignty is not the source of law. Law is made by the people for the to facilitate the people, and this should not be created, but the state is a creature and made by the people, and by their for created for their social interest as by social funds. So next, society is federal and pluralist. Pluralists are of the view that it is the community of the communities, a group of groups, and they reject the monist view that state versus the individuals. So human society consists of groups, promotes political, religious, social, etc. All those sort of relation among the peoples inside the society. So state, not association of individuals, but association of associations, a group of groups. So individuals, they self improvement or for their self realization state has been created, society has been created. So state is only one among such associations, so it should not be sovereign one and can't claim exclusive control over him. Understand this point? Next. The associations are autonomous and sovereign. Pluralists deny that state is a unique organization. Other associations are equally unique, sovereign-like states. So they give importance to other associations, not count the state as a unique sort of association. So sovereign-like state. So other association, they count them. Sovereignty is pluralistic, a state is federal one. So everyone has its share. So every association must be autonomous, etc. So state has no superior claim over other associations. So equal rights to all groups. So they give power to all. So McIver is of the view that uh, uh, definite limits, definitive powers and responsibilities. The state becomes one of the several sovereign associations in enjoying no special and exclusive power of its own. So it must be association from among those associations. Next, states absolutism rejected. So they pluralists reject the states don't abolish, but they reject it, but don't abolish the state. Uh, Condemn the sovereign state. They condemned its sovereign status. They on the other, so they believe that state functioning for common interest, but not to associations. So to them, state is one among equals and therefore must have no control over other associations. Understand this? To some of them, some theorists are the view that it is first among equals, etc., etc. So next point, state absolutism is also internationally dangerous. It's a strong criticism. Lasky is of the view that it's dangerous. It is dangerous for international life. That how it is incompatible with the interest of humanity. That today national boundaries and prejudices are outdated and dangerous. So that the peoples are now, the world is now becoming a global village, and peoples have interest and interdependency has been increased. So internationally they are alike and they depend on each other. So a real total interest of all the nations, so of whole mankind, so it benefits as a whole. So it rejects that monist view of sovereignty. So thank you very much. We will meet in the next lecture.